an exam in 24 hours and I have not studied at all. This is everything that I'm going to do to make sure I still get 100%. And everything that you should do if you're in this position as well. My name's Tilly, I got 5 A-stars in my A-levels, majority grade 9s at GCSE, and I am experienced at this. I don't recommend leaving your revision this late. Unfortunately, I do it from time to time, and I did it all the time when I did my GCSEs. So this is what you should do if you have an exam very soon and you've not done any studying yet. A very, very simple step-by-step guide on how you can still get a top mark. Oh, by the way, I post my top study tips and tricks every single day and will be doing so until your exam. Be sure to follow me so you don't miss out. So step 1, how much time do you have? Well, obviously, you have 24 hours. No, you don't. Get a calendar. Literally open a calendar app in your phone and look at how much time you have. Now, I want you to block in your non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables? What can you not change? For me, I highly recommend a non-negotiable being sleep. Studies have shown that if you do not sleep enough, if you replace your sleep with studying, you will still perform badly, if not worse. And this is because your brain is not at full capacity. You want your brain to be at full capacity so that you can actually access your long-term memory and be sharp for the exam. If you're tired, you're way more likely to make stupid mistakes or just quite simply forget information that you know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to block in my 7.5 hours of sleep. People tend to need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. You need to figure out how much you need for optimum brain capacity. Number 2, I've slotted in my meal time. These don't have to be long. I don't have to spend 2 hours cooking, but I do need 30 minutes to eat my food. Go and get it, go and make it, whatever it is. So now I'm left with around 14 to 15 hours to play with. What am I going to do? I'm going to spend another 10 minutes planning my study because this is going to save me like 2 hours. And let me explain why. I am going to plan what I need to revise because there are topics I do not need to revise for this test. Not because they're not going to be on the test, just because I know them. How am I going to do this? I'm going to check what I'm about to be tested on. I'm at university, so I don't have the luxury of having a specification like you do at GCSE and A-level. But go through the specification and look at every single thing that you could be tested on. And go through it, and you know what I'm about to say, rag checklist it. And right now, you are going to go over those topics that you're weakest on, that you're looking at and you're like, oh, I'm a little bit worried about that. And you are going to focus on those topics that you're weakest on. Whether that be through watching a YouTube video, thoroughly understanding it, going over a deck of flashcards that you've made, or if you haven't made any, you can use online flashcards, blurting out everything you think you know and identifying gaps in your knowledge. Or what I would do if I were you is do practice paper questions. Because if you're weakest on it, it might help aid your understanding, but also this really helps you see how marks are allocated in the exam. So let's say it's GCSE chemistry and there's something you don't really understand catalysts or something. Watch a YouTube video on it, get the key idea, try and solidify that understanding, and then do an exam question. Because doing that exam question will allow you to pick up on key phrases you see come up again and again and again in the mark scheme. Read examiners' reports. But all of these tasks, like I'm going to do a practice paper or I'm going to blurt out this topic, slot it in to your calendar. Know what you're going to be doing for every hour block of this day. And make sure what you're doing is focusing on your weakest topic, because the benefit of going over your weakest topics and thoroughly understanding them is going to be way better. It's going to have a greater impact on your grade than if you just kind of skimmed over everything. Because why are you skimming over things that you're really comfortable with? Alright, you might not be able to get 100%, particularly if there's topics that you're really struggling with. But if you've been consistently paying attention in class and you're comfortable with a lot of the things that are going to be on the test, you can still use this method to get a very, very high grade. By the way, if you haven't seen this video yet, what are you doing? Be sure to comment to stay on Study Talk and follow for more daily study tips.